Welcome back to day 2 of reviewing the Women's Progress Tour singles event. Kicking off the action today on centre court was Jodie Burrage against Alice Gillen. Jodie Burrage is a player that, is a very exciting prospect for British tennis. Has struggled with ankle injuries in the past, but seems to be on a real run of form now. I think today was the 13th match in 14 days, winning 12 of those. Obviously reaching that British Tour final a couple of weeks ago before losing to Emma Raducanu, before winning the title last week in St George's. And I think you can see in Jodie's game, which is playing with real confidence and positivity at the moment. She's really confident and happy with how she's playing. That's reflecting on court. She's really initiating the points from the early stage, taking control, really pouncing on any short balls from opponents, hitting forehands and double-handed backhands into the corner, serving incredibly well, taking advantage of opponents' second serves, and just really looking to initiate the rallies from an early stage, use that confidence, positive power that she's got, to put opponents under pressure and really take the sets at an early stage. Alice Gillen today, I thought, you can't really expect her to win the match. She's a lot lower ranked than Jodie Burrage, and she's there for the experience and to test herself against players of that calibre. Also played against Katie Boulter yesterday, and I thought Gillen done well in parts. A lot of the points were quite long, and I just think Jodie Burrage had a bigger weight of ball. She's hitting very clean on both wings. I know she's a massive fan of watching Muguruza, and you can tell that. Double-handed backhand is a fantastic weapon. Uses it very effectively across court. Alice Gillen, I thought, struggled with the second serve, and Burrage recognised that from an early stage, really moving into the court, hitting an attacking shot into the corner and really pressing home the advantage, winning the shorter points on a very frequent occasion. And I just think Burrage just looks in fantastic form. If her body can hold up, then I do think she's playing the best tennis we've seen so far this week, although Katie Boulter was also very impressive today. But yeah, for Burrage, it's just really more the same. As I say, I think she's a confidence player like most tennis players are. I think if you're playing well, hitting lots of winners, then it's a lot easier the next day if you've been doing that the previous day. And I think you can see in Burrage actually has been winning matches. She's been reaching finals, and lifting a title last week has definitely renewed that confidence. And she's a very exciting player. She wasn't a player I'd seen much of, to be honest, before this week, but I've been so impressed with her this week. I thought fatigue might kick in. But she looks really fresh, and as I say, a movement, a serve, a return, forehand, double-handed backhand, everything looks fantastic for Burrage, and she is a player that has got a huge future ahead of her, I think, if she can stay fit. For Alice Gillen, as I say, it was a massive task on her hands, facing the likes of Boulter and Burrage at this early stage of her career, but I'm sure she'll have learnt a lot this week. You can only improve from these sort of experiences, sharing the court with top talents like Burrage and Boulter, and Gillen hasn't done bad at all. I think she's represented herself pretty well, took games off opponents, and yeah, she'll leave this tournament and I'm sure have a successful career and play Boulter and Burrage again down the line. Moving on to that outstanding performance from Katie Boulter against Emily Arbuthnot, and first of all, I want to say Arbuthnot defended very well. A lot of the points are quite long. I don't think the scoreboard was a complete reflection on the game. But Boulter's ball striking was just relentless. Didn't matter how many times Arbuthnot got the ball back, Boulter was always there to put it to the other side. And as I say, it was just a relentless hitting from Boulter from ball one. She took authority of the first set very quickly, took control. I think she was 3-0 up in a matter of minutes, 10 minutes or so. And from that point, it's very difficult to come back when Boulter's serving like she is and returning. She's always putting the pressure on the opponents, and her forehand looked so good today, Boulter, as good as I've seen it in a long, long time, probably back since 2018. I think she's moving fantastically well, but her ability to hit winners from all over the court makes her a massive threat to any opponent, really. Arbuthnot, I think, has got great court coverage. Moves around the court very well. She's very quick. She never gives up the ball. I think she is a player that's going to have a huge future in the game as she gains experience and plays more in singles. She's been playing a lot of doubles out in US college tennis, and she's had a lot of success already in the ITF in doubles. But I think Arbuthnot will do better in singles down the line. One slight criticism of Arbuthnot today, I think Boulter sort of played the match how she wanted. You know, she played it on her terms. I think Arbuthnot in the second set, when she started to change up the pace, use the drop shot more, use the volleys at the net, which is, you know, what she's good at from doubles. She definitely had more success. But in the opening set, I think, you know, Boulter was just bullying her from the back of the court, and she tried to rally too much with Boulter from the back of the court, which is, it's not going to work. I mean, anybody in this tournament that tries to rally with the back of the court from Boulter is going to struggle, unless you're probably Jodie Burrage they play tomorrow, which will be an epic match, decided top of the group. But yeah, for Arbuthnot, I think in that second set, when she did decide to change up the pace, try and bring Boulter at the net more, try and get Boulter on the run, she definitely had more success. Obviously very difficult to do off an early stage when you've got someone like Boulter powering forehands into the corner. But yeah, positive signs I think for Arbuthnot to play that again. I think they'll do very well in the future. But Boulter, just a fantastic performance. I thought she looked better than she did yesterday. As I say, she took authority from an early stage and never really looked back. Just relentless ball striking from ball one. Very impressive performance, and toss of a coin really who wins that match tomorrow between herself and Burrage. And moving on to the last singles match on the centre court was an epic. Alicia Barnett against Maya Lumsden, and this was really a toss up. You know, Maya Lumsden had won the title last week, came to this tournament in great form, and I do think fatigue was a factor yesterday. I don't think her footwork was as good as it has been. And then you've got Alicia Barnett, who always really excels on hard court. She gained that win yesterday that sadly got made void because of Katie Swan's withdrawal from the tournament, but she played very well yesterday, Alicia. She's very, very fit, and I think that's what give her the edge in this match. You know, I think Maya was the better player in that first set, perhaps more consistent, hitting more winners and just having a better way to shot, perhaps going for shots more and making more lines, more winners than what Barnett was. But Barnett really battled them second and third sets. You know, there were two close sets that Barnett edged. And yeah, she's just incredibly fit, Barnett. You know, she moves around the court, she's very consistent, she gives you very few unforced errors, high first serve percentage, and I think Barnett deserved the win in the end. You know, she got the early break in the third set and held serve fantastically well. Serve never looked under massive pressure, and I think as the match wore on, Barnett got more and more confident in the ground strokes, looked for more lines, looked for more winners, looked for more early points to keep Maya on the run and not let Maya settle into that game style that she can, where she really hits through the ball. I think Alicia done very well to keep her on the run. Used the drop shot to very good effect as well, but both players played incredibly well. I thought in that match it was a close one. Really could have went either way, but there was a lot of different styles of points, long points, short points, aces, winners. There was everything that you want really in a tennis match, and I think it was an outstanding match for British tennis, if anyone was lucky enough to watch it. But yeah, I think we've had three great matches today. Burrage and Boulter, the highlights again. And you know, they could meet in the final, I think, very easily. But yeah, thanks for watching the video. I'll be back tomorrow reviewing day 3. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow.